Tossing a chair from a high-rise condo onto a busy expressway is most certainly a really dumb and dangerous thing to do. Having it filmed and posted on social media is equally dumb. But aspiring dental hygienist Marcela Zoya did this very thing earlier this month anyway. Check out the video evidence. Of course, it didn't take all that long for law enforcement to track down the 19-year-old Marcela. Oh, if only all criminals videotaped their criminal acts and posted their mayhem on YouTube. Yet it is Marcela's walk of infamy after her court hearing the other day that really makes one scratch the old noggin, for there was no garbage bag over the head routine here to conceal her identity. Oh, on the contrary, for there was Marcela, center stage, all glammed up and flashing a $1 million smile so befitting a future dental hygienist. Indeed, she was seemingly basking in the attention of what she likely deemed to be the paparazzi. It's as though she had lived all her life for this moment. The center of attention, her name and image going viral around the world. Oh, at long last, Marcela snagged that which is known as fame, or infamy as the case may be. But hey, fame, infamy, what's the difference as long as it's accompanied by millions of keyboard clicks the world over? Now, in many respects, the Marcela Zoya saga resembles the plotline for the brilliant and way ahead of its time movie, The King of Comedy. This 1982 Martin Scorsese film centers on Uber loser Rupert Pupkin, a struggling stand-up comedian obsessed with becoming a major celebrity. There's just one hitch, alas. Pupkin's stand-up routine is merely passable at best. His material is not the stuff of comedic greatness, but he has a plan.
And I'm thinking as I'm sitting here now, well, maybe this is my big break. This is my big chance, you know what I mean?
You don't just walk on to a network show without experience. Now, I know it's an old hackneyed expression, but it happens to be the truth. You've got to start at the bottom.
I know, that's where I am, at the bottom.
That's a perfect place to start.
His name is Rupert Pupkin. He lives in a world of make-believe.
Oh, Jerry, I love this guy. Always coming up with these great lines. I love him.
Nobody can remember his name.
Mr. Pipkin. Mr. Pupnik.
Mr. Puffer.
Rupert.
Pupkin, P-U-P-K-I-N.
But by 11:30 tonight, the whole world will know that Rupert Pupkin is the new king of comedy.
Indeed, everything changes for Rupert after he kidnaps the host of a late-night TV show. Oh, sure, he ends up doing some time in the slammer, but when he's released, he's world famous. But he isn't famous for any sort of talent or skill set. Rather, he's famous for committing an act of infamy. By the end of the film, Rupert Pupkin's wildest dreams have come true. Despite a dearth of talent, he's given his own TV show. His tell-all book becomes a #1 bestseller, and he joins that pantheon of celebrities that he once so deeply envied. And so it is that we have a king of comedy scenario playing out in the real world in 2019. Marcela Zoya has also become somewhat famous, at least for one segment of the 24-hour news cycle, due to an act of absolute stupidity that could have ended tragically. Marcela Zoya is now something of a household name, but much like Rupert Pupkin, it's not due to any tangible talent. She's merely this month's version of Kato Kaelin. Indeed, the emergence of bogus celebrities, thanks in part to the internet, is now, what's that term again? Oh yes, the new normal. For example, do you recall the ascension of Californian felon Jeremy Meeks a few years ago? Once his mugshot went online, the fashionistas swooned over his male model looks. Oh, forget about that rap sheet, because the next thing you know, this ex-con is strutting his stuff on the Milan catwalks. And now with some 1.1 million followers on Instagram, a luxury mansion, and a sports car, this former felon would appear to be laughing in the face of that old catchphrase, crime doesn't pay. And of course, we mustn't forget the gold standard for faux celebrities, the twin towers of Paris Hilton and Kim Kardashian, who are apparently famous for being famous. Meanwhile, back in Hogtown, according to her lawyer, Marcela Zoya deeply regrets tossing that chair. I highly doubt that. Just look at her in front of that media swarm outside the courtroom. She can barely contain her smile. It's as though she just won the lottery. Because as much as tossing a chair from a downtown high-rise is a moronic act, doing so has brought Marcella the fame that this vapid and vacuous vessel so desperately craved. If that weren't true, why would she film such a thing and post it online in the first place? The only question now is how soon will it be before the reality TV people start contacting her? When will she be offered a plum part on Big Brother? After all, being a world-famous idiot can be quite lucrative these days. And besides, Marcella Zoya has already passed the audition. For the Rebel.media, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Hey folks, have you heard? You can listen to all Rebel shows as a podcast. Please go to therebel.media/listen.